Hey, what's up guys? So the other day we noticed that one of the taillights on my mom's car had been cracked. It turns out it was due to a hit and run, but luckily we were running a dash cam and yet again, the dash cam helped to save the day. So originally when we saw her taillight, we had no idea of what had happened. Did it get damaged when she was driving at some point? Did something happen while she was parked? When did it happen? Again, we had no idea. Now she didn't remember anything unusual happening while driving, and so I went back to check the parking mode footage of the Thinkware U3000 that I recently installed in her car. And I found some footage of some people leaning against her car. We thought that might have been it, until we found this specific clip. You can actually see the car backing up here and trying to park next to her, but then accidentally bumping into her car. And this seemed to be a much more likely reason of why her taillight had been cracked. And I was really grateful that I'd recently upgraded the dash cam in her car from the Thinkware U1000 to the newer U3000. And the reason I say that is the rear dash cam specifically now also adds a radar transmitter as well, which is really helpful when you're running the dash cam in the low power energy saving mode, because that's going to add the capability for the rear dash cam to record before any impacts are detected as well. And this applies to both the front and the rear dash cams, not like the U1000 that it only works on the front dash cam if you add the radar module. Now, if you take a closer look at the dash cam footage, you'll notice that due to the lighting and whatnot, we weren't actually able to capture the license plate of the car that had hit her car. However, taking a closer look at the footage, we were able to identify the car that it was. It turns out it was one of her neighbors and not like a random delivery driver or anything. And so next time we went to go look for that car, we were able to easily find it parked in the parking lot. Now, they didn't leave a note on my mom's windshield or anything. I'm not entirely sure whether or not they realized that they had actually damaged her car. I'd assume they would have checked or something, but either way, I left a note on their windshield and they got back to me. And long story short, they were really nice about it and apologetic, and they're going to be covering the cost of replacement for the rear taillight. Luckily, the taillight, it turns out, is really easy to replace. I just ordered a replacement part off of eBay, and there's 4 bolts on the backside of the headlight to remove, along with the electrical connector. Then you slide out the old headlight housing, and then just slide the new one back in and reconnect everything. And in fact, because I recently installed that rearview mirror backup camera into her car that needs to wire into the reverse light for the backup camera to work, I was more familiar with how all that stuff functioned. And so for that reason, I had a much better idea of how to actually replace the taillight myself, which would then of course save money to the person who had damaged her car. Not having to go to a full body shop or anything, I could just order the part and do it myself. But either way, when it comes to the dash cam, again, it's yet another example of why I'm really grateful to have dash cams installed that have a really good parking mode setup available. Again, this is with the Thinkware U3000 dash cam. It's one of my favorite dash cams specifically for parking mode recording, especially with its longer term low power parking recording feature. And then I've got it wired up to the Thinkware iVolt Extra battery pack to give it all the parking mode recording capabilities while parked. I'll link to the dash cam and the accessories and whatnot down in the description for you. And then you can also check out my full video that goes over all of my favorite dash cams and kind of the pros and cons of different variants. I'll link to that video for you guys as well down underneath the like button too. I'm super grateful to have the dash cams installed in my cars and my family members' cars, etc. I highly recommend it. I found it to be super useful, and if you're looking for something as well, yeah, there's a lot of good options available nowadays, and personally, I'm just really grateful to have them available. And so, with that said, just wanted to share the quick story of kind of what happened, how the dash cam helped, and how we ultimately wound up resolving the situation. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.